friends, it's Angelina and Dima from Walk Energy World on day 5 of GR11.
So we woke up today a bit later, and what we think for today is actually to do the kind of chill out day, the easier kind of day, and go, instead of following the GR11, we'll go down in the valley to the same village, but we'll follow kind of the car roads, we'll go along them, and we'll pass by the village Ordino, La Massana, and then we plan to get to the village Arinsal. So this way we'll compensate this day, we'll get to the planned destination initially, and this way we'll save our powers for later, for tomorrow, next big day, when we'll have to go over the mountain. So yeah, this is what we decided, this is our solution, and this is going to be a shorter day. Maybe we'll combine this day with tomorrow, we'll see, but we'll take you along as always, and see you on the way.
Yesterday we came at the camp already at night. From the top of the hill where we left you, we had to do major downhill for 5 kilometers more, and it was very steep and challenging. There are no potential flat spots.
And we didn't expect it to be that difficult, so we were absolutely killed by the end of it, and it was already the dusk. So all we had time for was just set up a camp very quickly and just cook our mashed potatoes, eat them, and go to sleep. And right now we obviously feel all broken apart, like the muscles hurt all over the body, because we did more of the norm for the day. Like we did 15 kilometers, but they were very challenging. Like we did the downhill, then the uphill, then downhill again, which is like too much. Here in these villages we can see that a lot of people are growing grapes actually. There is like fields and fields of them, as you can see here. And it is not very typical for the mountain villages, we can say, because normally it gets very cold in winter. So it's more typical for the south of Spain, south of Italy, and not in here. But we can see that people are practicing it. Probably it is working fine. from the village Arinsal. We got our planned destination. It's already almost 2 p.m. now.
The route was very easy, but it was all along the car roads, so it wasn't exciting and we didn't feel much because of that. Also, it is another hot day in Pyrenees and it makes more difficult to walk.
So now we bought some food supplies in the local supermarket for 2 days of hiking, and now we're at the very foot of the mountain, which we're going to tackle tomorrow. We plan to do that, but we still have to make some uphill in order to find the camp spot for today. And we don't know how long it is going to be. We'll stop at the first possible flat spots, more or less. But yeah, the yesterday's experience showed that there is some challenging places where you just need to keep going. And well, we really pray that it won't be today, but we really don't know. So we'll see that. And now it's the same hottest time of the day. Probably we'll have our lunch now, some snack, and yeah, we'll keep tracking. This is for the first time in 5 days that we're on the trail. We see the clouds on the sky actually, and we hear a little bit of thunder. Don't know if it's gonna rain now or not. We still haven't found our campsite, just had our lunch, and here we are in the middle of nowhere. Hope to find it quickly. So here you can see behind me the place we have found for tonight. This is not perfect by any means. As you can see, I will show you right now. There's like a lot of slope and also unevenness, rocks and roots. So don't know how we're gonna sleep today. Yeah, this is what we've got. Here the terrain is also very difficult. Fortunately, we were able to find this spot in like 15-20 minutes, so we are not complaining for tonight. Yeah, so we'll stay here. Our day is over for now. Gonna take a shower, cook as always, and just rest, go to sleep. We need a lot of powers for tomorrow's big day. We're gonna plan to do like 15 kilometers and go over the mountain and cross back to Spain, from Andorra to Spain. Really excited to do that because there's gonna be a beautiful area of many lakes and like mountain plateau and mountain ranges, peak of Coma Pedrosa. So yeah, stay tuned guys for the next episode, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. So we cooked this meal for 3 times, so we'll eat it now for dinner, then tomorrow for breakfast, and then we'll have some leftovers for lunch too. So let's eat. We slept quite well today here in this little flat spot close to the river. It wasn't the perfect flat one, but we used a little bit of grass and fern, and well, we could sleep well. It was fine. Now we're all ready to go.
Today we have one of the biggest plans we've had, 1000 meters uphill and 900 meters downhill, which gonna make 12 kilometers in total. We hope we're gonna be able to do it because we start early. Today we're crossing the border from Andorra to Spain, and we're gonna pass by a beautiful area of Coma Pedrosa Natural Park with many beautiful lakes and mountain ranges.
Right, so we're ready for an exciting and beautiful day. Lots of incredible views, maybe one of the most beautiful days so far. And we just hope that the weather would be favorable for us, because we've seen that there is a probability of rain starting from 3 p.m. or so, but we hope we can get to some lower place by then, and we'll see how it goes. Let's start without further ado. We've noticed the several days that we're hiking this trail that there are quite a lot of big backpackers hiking along with us and probably carrying their tent, because we see a lot of places like with the flat grass where they probably set up their tents. And also when we're getting ready in the morning, we've seen several times people do the same, like they're wrapping up the tents and stuff. So We're happy to know that this trail is actually very frequently used by backpackers like us who are going as independent as possible with their tents and staying in outdoors. Another advantage that we find in starting the trail early is the solitude and peacefulness of the trails that you get to enjoy with no people, no crowds, like nobody, just yourself and the nature around. It's just amazing feeling.
We've done first half of an uphill, around 3 kilometers. It wasn't too difficult, climbing up slowly.
So now we have another part that in front of us. We think it's like much more difficult, more steep and more kilometers, not sure, but more steep for sure. It is behind us, you can see.
Yeah.
This is an epic view, but we've done it in an hour or so it's not bad, we're going well. And the marking has been great, guys. We wanted to say you that we are not looking at GPS almost never, just on the crossroads to make sure, because there is like the GRP of Andorra that goes in circle in Andorra, and sometimes you can confuse it, so you have to check it from time to time. But rather than that, the marking is great. The uphill that we're tackling today is going to be all in sun. We already can see that with no single shadow, but that's because it's the higher elevation, obviously, more than 2,000 meters. And yeah, it was expected, but it's going to be so hot today. You can see no clouds, But it's nice, then it's not gonna be raining soon, anytime soon. And also there is some fresh wind coming our way, so it is not bad. From close, when we are already doing it, this uphill doesn't seem that unattainable anymore and that unreachable. So far it looks quite gentle, going in the snaky kind of mode. And I was thinking that, you know, like it's like in life, if you plan ahead or dream big and have a very big goal, and you might think that it is so hard to reach, but actually when you do the first steps and then step by step, you're able to do it slowly with time. And this is what mountains teach us as well. So I got a bit philosophical here, but I think it relates a lot.
From here, the most challenging part starts with the rocky uphill and downhill.
And it's gonna be super steep, we already see that, so we're mentally preparing for that. And well, go for it, for the challenge!
This is such clear and deep lake. Can't believe it.
Looking at this crystal clear lake, we've been wondering whether it is possible to swim in there, but it should be like freezing cold water, of course, maybe in a special like costume. It would be possible. Have you ever swam in such lakes before, guys? We would love to know that. Leave it in the comments below. here we are. We made it to the top of today's uphill. Yay! It is almost like 2,800 meters, we think. And close to us there are several peaks, like Peak of Coma Pedrosa, which is 2,900 something meters. It's not the highest one in Pyrenees, but it's quite high. So we felt like we conquered a peak, obviously. Yeah, it wasn't easy. At first the route was kind of going gentle, and at the end it got very steep. Well, it was expected, so no surprise here.
The views are pretty epic from here, on both sides of the mountain, and we are right on the border right now, of Andorra and Spain. As always, it goes on the mountain peaks. And now super extreme downhill wait us.
And we think it's gonna be more difficult than the uphill itself, because we know like the downhills can be very, very tiring, especially for the knees. We hope that our trekking poles will help us, but rather than that, yeah, we'll have to do it. We'll go down to the lakes that you can see behind us, these blue beautiful lakes, and have our lunch there. Alright, this route is no joke, you guys. This was the hardest, probably the most challenging route that we've taken ever in our life in the mountains. So it was so rocky, so steep. It was so easy to slip down on these rocks, especially on the small ones. Without the trekking poles, I won't be able to do it. My poor husband had to go without them because I have my old trauma with my knee, so I couldn't go like without additional support. So thanks to the trekking poles. And yeah, at times we were wondering whether it's still the GR, because you know, to do it with the heavy backpacks is no joke. Like, we don't know who created this kind of route. This is too extreme. We are so happy to be finally back on the solid ground again, and we have around 5 more kilometers to go downhill, which will not gonna be that steep, we hope. And it's already around 2 p.m. now, and we see that the clouds are gathering, so there is a possibility of some rain or thunderstorm, which we don't really like, but what we can do about it. Hope we'll be down in time. So here we are at the end of this very challenging day for us. We found more or less flat spot, you can see behind me, just in the forest here. We just came down, I think like 600 meters or so. So the elevation level now is like 2000 meters around that. And I think we're gonna stop here. We plan to do several kilometers more, but we're absolutely killed by now already. And we don't have any powers left, so we still have to cook something, set up a tent, also maybe shower off some sweat, because you've seen what we had to go through. And yeah, as you can see, the sky is getting covered by clouds. We don't know if it's gonna rain today or it's gonna be a storm. Really hope that it's not gonna be storming though. A little bit of rain is fine, but the storm is no fun always. So well, this is what we've got for the day, and see you in the next episode tomorrow. Bye guys, good night. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed this hiking trip. If so, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more hiking adventures. Don't forget to hit the bell to stay notified about every new video. Visit our website walkingNatureWorld.com to find detailed hike reports with pictures and maps. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you very soon.